Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode of my project. Now we start off with a little bit of a different perspective. Today we are actually looking inside the engine, and we start off with us locking down the camshafts for so that we can actually replace the timing chain. We had to turn it a little bit to get it to line up just perfectly so that it wouldn't scratch the metal, and it would line up. So we had to bolt it down to the actual head and then bolt them to each other, and that would kind of move them and settle them into their final positions. So here we're just checking over our manuals and whatnot, just making sure that we're doing what we need to correctly, and just making sure that that everything lines up. So now we had to take off the serpentine belt that runs through the side of the engine to run everything. We had to take that off because we had to take off the main pulley so that we could access the chain tensioner for the timing chain. So there was the tensioner for the actual serpentine belt that was right there that we had to loosen. Which took quite a bit of effort. So we were kind of able to shimmy the belt off the front with the water pump, I believe is what's sitting right there. We were able to kind of loosen it up, and then it was much easier to get off after we got it through there. There's another tensioner on the side that we had to loosen to get it off. But we actually have to replace this belt because it was cracked and it had been sitting for long enough that it formed the shape of the actual pulley system. So we have to get a new one so that it's actually circular. So now what we're moving on to is we're actually taking off the turbo downpipe and whatnot, because we looked into it further, and instead of just replacing the timing chain, we need to make sure that the valves are not bent. So we're going to take off the head itself to check that. So we start off by taking off the heat shield and the pipe that connects the turbo to the intake. And there was another O2 sensor on the downpipe that we had to remove as well. So I had to use some penetrating fluid or some WD-40 penetrating addition, or whatever, to actually loosen up the bolts for the, that hold the downpipe to the turbo. Because those were stuck on there pretty tight. There's the air filter. It's pretty dirty, not in the best condition. There's this one bolt on the back end of the turbo that was giving a little more grief than the other ones, so I had to loosen that one up a little bit more with the breaker bar to get that off. And then it came off pretty painlessly. So I had to remove the clamp that was holding the bottom of the downpipe or I had to remove the clamp that was holding the bottom of the downpipe to the rest of the exhaust system, just to make sure that that was off, and then had to undo some clamps that were wrapping around the downpipe. There we had to remove the other O2 sensor, which was given a little bit of grief on that. We had to get some more penetrating fluid to actually get that off. That's gonna do it for this episode. Next time, should be a little more things happening. Yeah, thank you for watching.